Dollbaby's YouTube channel. So today we have like a get ready with me video. I'm going to be talking all things influencers, all things business, and everything to do with influencers and businesses. Literally. So yeah, I feel like this is something I've wanted to talk about for a while. I feel like this is something that I wish I knew when I started out with business and like using influencers, and I've had so many experiences over the time period that I've had my business that I just thought, yeah, I've got to do a video on this because it might help, number one, girls who want to become influencers or girls who are influencers understand stuff from a business owner's perspective, and also number two, help other business owners, new business owners, existing business owners, whoever, when it comes to working with influencers. And yeah, that is the tea. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm not going to be talking about like what products I use. I'm literally just going to be doing my makeup because it makes the video so long when you do that. If you guys want to know any products that I do use, then just put it in the comments and I will let you know. But yeah, today I just want to talk. Literally. So okay, it's like, where do I start? Literally, I've got a lot to say on this subject. Okay, cool. So obviously I started my business 2019 December 1st, and in the beginning when I first started, I didn't want to show my face. Number one, because I've started businesses in the past and they failed, or I've stopped doing them. And I just thought, you know what, like I've had like 3 businesses in the past, and I've come on Instagram and Snapchat and did the whole, oh my god guys, I'm starting my own business, and then like a year or a couple months later, you just don't hear from me again. And I was like, right, I don't want people to think I'm a joke, like, and that I'm not taking it seriously. So yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna, for the first, well, I didn't even have a time scale in time, just it happened to be the first year of business. I didn't tell anyone it was me, and because I didn't tell anyone it was me, them times when I started my business, I was on social media. I'm not gonna say I had a big following because I didn't, but I had like a couple hundreds on Insta. I was nearly at 1,000. I know that's not a lot, but you know, it's something compared to me not having anything like I do now, literally. But yeah, back then when I was just starting my business, I did have like a small following on Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that. So that's the thing where if I did oh, where's my mirror? Hold on guys, before I start, I don't even know where I was, but yeah, this is our Dollbaby compact mirror. So cute, literally. This is what it looks like. Love it. Lifesaver. And then around my edges I've got our DB satin headscarf, just to protect my edges from getting any makeup on them. But yeah, that's all the promo. Back to the video. I wasn't showing my face, so in order to get my brand out there I needed to use influencers. So obviously my budget them times was very low. I didn't want to pay anyone, and I found like, I think it was like 7 or 8 girls on Instagram that had kind of like a small-ish following, but it was, you know, they had a following and they got engagement on their, no, this needs wiping, they got engagement on their posts and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, cool. Also wanted product pictures, and pictures of people wearing my products. So as much as it was like getting exposure, it was also, I needed some pictures of people in my products. So I contacted a few girls, like I said, got about 8, I think it was actually 8 girls I contacted, and yeah, sent them some stuff, and to be fair, they did like good things for me. It worked out. I got majority of my like first kind of following came from them, and it was good. Like in the beginning, no one kind of bumped me, stole my shit, nothing. Like everything was Gucci. So, and I was getting like followers, I was getting a couple sales, so I was like, okay, this works, like this actually works. None of the, I think there was one girl that was an actual like influencer. She had like a K at the end of it. No, there was two girls that were actual influencers. They were like working with other brands, and like they had like thousands of followers. The rest of them were just kind of pretty girls that I found on the gram that take nice pictures, and I was just like, oh, like I started a business, can I send you some products? And they were like, yeah, cool. And they took some really nice pictures of me, and that was really good. So yeah, then what happened? So then one of the girls actually took my product, and no, it wasn't that, so I'm lying. So then after that, there was a couple of girls I sent some more stuff to, because it like they did really well, and they went above and beyond. Like I sent them a product, all I wanted was one picture, and they were tagging me every time they wear it, and they were making videos and putting it on stories and this, and I was like, yeah, you lot, I can fuck with you, because you're like, you obviously really like my brand, and you obviously really like the products that I sent you, and you're like, do you know what I mean, you're doing what you was meant to do and more. So them girls I sent more products to, and yeah, it was just really working well. My Instagram was growing, everything was going great. And then so I started looking for other girls, like reaching out to other people, whatever. And when I started reaching out to other people, this is when the problem started. So what I've learned is that when you're working with influencers, you have to know what you want out of that influencer. There's influencers, and then there's IG models, and that's how I differentiate it. This isn't facts, this is just how I differentiate it in my mind. So there's Instagram models, which is just pretty girls, lit outfits, but they don't have no influence. Like, people are not going to buy stuff just because they've put it up, kind of thing. And then you've got influencers, which is like people who want to, like, people who have such a following, and their followers are so engaged in them and what they do and how they dress and what makeup they've got and what eyelashes have you look on, what this, where's that from, and that's what I call an influencer. So I learned that not actually very early. I feel like that was more of a recent thing that I learned, but like I was tested a lot, because so after the first round of influencers that I picked, then like, obviously I'm scouting the gram again and trying to find other influencers and stuff like that, and contacted some more girls, and this is where the fuckery started happening, because girls started, yeah, like yeah, I'd love to work with you, then you send them stuff and goes, never hear from them again, like never hear from them again, do you know what I mean? So I've had that countless, like when I'm telling you, countless amount of times. There's like my DMs every single day. My DMs used to be flooded with girls asking, oh, can, like, we love your product, can we collab, and and obviously at the time I was kind of naive to the whole Instagram influencer thing, in the sense of I didn't really realize how everything worked, and yeah, I just didn't really have a goal or a strategy. I was just kind of like, yeah, you want to work with me, I need people to promote my shit. So yeah, like any person that was kind of emailing me or whatever, I was sending out my stuff to, and some of them would take pictures, some of them I'd never hear from them again. Some of them like would take so long to take the pictures, and then it would be like, okay, like I'm emailing and DMing, like, okay, cool, I sent this to you like a month ago, where's the picture? And then the picture that they would produce for me was so rubbish, like not even the quality that the rest of their Instagram pictures are. And yeah, I've been dealing with that for the last how many years, literally like the last, I'd say, year and a half. I've been dealing with them kind of influencers. Not everyone's like that, and we'll get onto that, but this is just my experience. Do you know what I mean? The majority of the influencers that I did work with were micro influencers, and yeah, it wasn't popping for me, if I'm being honest. And it doesn't pop for everyone, do you know what I mean? But because I wasn't trying to be the face of my brand, it was like I needed other people in my stuff, and I needed to have pictures of girls in my stuff, because how else are people going to see what it looks like? Like my friends at the time weren't really well, even now my friends are not really people that like to be in front of the camera and stuff like that, so it's not like I could use them. So it was just me trying to find my own way to kind of like promote my stuff. I didn't have like kind of a budget for ads and stuff like that, and then when I did actually finally get a budget, I blew thousands of pounds on fucking Facebook ads. Like, I'm gonna do another video on that because that's a whole different story, but I blew so much money on Facebook ads, it is not even funny. And yeah, obviously with business it is that very, very trial and error, and I fully understand that, and that's why I just sit here and I'm able to sit here and talk to you guys about my experiences, because I'm not mad. Like, I know it's all a journey, and I know that everything I've been through has prepared me for what I'm about to be, where my business is about to go, this, that and the other. So, you know, I rant, guys, I'm sorry. Anyway, so yeah, that happened, and girls started taking my shit, like generally just I wouldn't hear from them again. And like, it's very disheartening when you've, you know, spent so much time on something for someone to then just come and like steal your shit, basically, because it is like, it is stealing. Like, however you want to look at it, if I've sent you something to take a picture, like, I ain't sent it to you for free. It's not like a gift, do you know what I mean? Like, this is the reason I'm doing it, is so that you can take a picture for me, and then as soon as you get the product, like, I'm just not hearing from you again. That's dread, do you know what I mean? Because that's money coming out of my pocket. That's my product that I could have sold to someone, and yeah, it's just a lot, and I just feel like, yeah, it's not nice. It's not a nice thing to deal with as a business owner. It's not a nice thing to just deal with in general anyway. Like, imagine you going to Argos or whatever and paying, or not even paying for something, but that was a really bad analogy, because I didn't pay these girls. It was on like kind of a collaboration basis rather than a paying basis, but still, like, if you agree to something, then you should stick to it, do you know what I mean? And I generally just feel like, okay guys, I can't talk and do this part of my eyebrows, so I'm going to do this and then I'm going to come back. Okay guys, I'm back. The eyebrows are done. Sorry, I can't do my eyebrows and talk. I don't know how people do it. Like, I watch Get Ready With Me, then people are doing their eyebrows and talking. I'm like, how do you concentrate? I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I can't concentrate. Like, I can't. I can do everything else but that, literally. But yeah, where was I? I don't even know. I don't want to go back and listen to the video. I always forget stuff. This is why I should write stuff down, because I always forget stuff. I don't even know where I was. I think I was talking about girls bumping me. So yeah, I had girls taking my stuff. I was sending them stuff, they were taking it, basically, long story short. It happened countless amount of times, like countless amount of girls. If I was a bitch, I would really name and shame, but I'm not going to. Primarily, I was working with micro influencers in the beginning, because they were the ones that were taking the like collaborations where it was just like free and you just send them stuff and they'll do it. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of girls that did really, really well for me. I wish I could remember everyone's name. I had Judith, she did really well for me. I had Nancy, did well for me. I had Sophie, did well for me. Bailey did well for me. Who else did I use back in the day? I can't remember everyone's names, honestly. Can't remember everyone's names, but yeah, this was like independently, me just sourcing, like me just like going out and looking for girls to work with. Oh my gosh, I need to wear my beauty blenders. Right, I'm talking about girls I need to work with. Hold on guys, I need to wear my beauty blenders. So that was my strategy in the beginning. And even some of them had more than, actually some of them had more than 10k, but back then, like, you did, like, now it's like kind of, if you got 10k, you're an influencer, and it wasn't like that back then. Back then it was more, if you had bigger numbers, and people with like 10 to like 20k were still taking like gifted collaborations and stuff like that. So yeah, times have changed, and like everything's kind of changed now with that. But yeah, again, we'll get into that deeper in the video. But yeah, so then I got approached by a influencer like marketing agency, and they were called AKS Management. I think they're called AKS Influencer Management. And I took it, do you know what I mean? Like, I worked with them because I was having troubles with influencers, and I felt like if they're under management, like that would be better for me, because then like they won't bump me and they won't steal my stuff. And to be fair, AKS was really good. They're the first influencer marketing company that I worked with, and they were really good. And there was a big group chat back in the day, and it was really nice. I enjoyed working with them. And my first ever shoot, I used models from their agency. 2 days before my shoot, right, 2 of the influencers dropped out, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Like, what do I do? I've got all this like stuff that I need to shoot, and I don't have models. So literally, I think it was like 2 days before my shoot, I went on Instagram and I was just scouting. I got my best friend on it as well, and we were just scouting Instagram, because I was like, right, I need to find 2 more models. Like, that's all I need. 2 more, that's all I need. So we found 2 girls. One of them is Yasmin. If you follow us on Instagram, you will see her plastered all over Dollbaby's Instagram. She's amazing. She takes such nice content. Like, honestly, I will put some of her content here and her Instagram link. Go check her out, because she's amazing. And Shamila was, I was so grateful for both of them. Like, Shamila is a lovely girl as well, do you know what I mean? And I just feel like, yeah, them 2 really stepped in my time of need, and they didn't know me from nowhere. Like, I literally just DM'd them and I was like, oh my gosh, like, explain the situation. They were both like, yeah, like, that's fine, amazing. Like, girls, thank you, honestly, because you lot really saved my first shoot. And it was such a good day. Like, we got so I booked the lounge, I think it's called the lounge, I can't remember, I'm really bad at like remembering name stuff. I think it was a lounge. And yeah, we had a really good day. We got food by Boogie's Brunch, and it was just a really good day. My cousin came and done the videography, and like I was taking the pictures. No, it was really good and really successful first shoot, and I was so happy. So I feel like working with influencer agencies is kind of the most safest and securest way to go. I've worked with a couple. After that shoot, I kind of stopped working with AKS. 2 other Instagram agencies reached out to me, which was Fly Accumulation and Crex Talents, I think they're called. I can't even, I'm not very the best with like names and stuff like that, pronunciation, so please forgive me. But yeah, I'm sure they're called Crex, what do you call it, talent agency or something like that. But again, I will put details here. And no, they were really good as well. I really enjoyed working with both of them. Like Crex as well, for example, 2 of the girls like weren't doing what they're supposed to do or whatever, and they paid for the product that I sent them. And it's just little stuff like that, that it's security for business, do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's the main reason why I believe in working with influencer agencies, or back in the day anyway, because I have a complete different outlook on it now. But back in the day, I feel like, yeah, that's why I kind of liked working with them, because it's like, yeah, they have their security for the business. Worked with them on a couple gifted collaborations, and pictures came out really well. The girls were really nice. Like, everything was done in the time limit. I think I had to chase up Crex Talents a few times, but obviously it's not their fault, it's more the girls that I was working with. But yeah, had to chase them up a few times, but they were really like nice about it and everything, and they were like, no, we're so sorry, like, we'll get the pictures out to you. So yeah, I had no complaints with Crex. Fly Accumulation, I just feel like they're one of the best ones that I've worked with. Just in terms of the girls, the content, like the level of content that you get from what do you call it, the level of content that I got from Fly Accumulation's girls was 10 out of 10, like no complaints. Like, for example, AKS, but I was with them when they first started, but I feel like some of the girls, they didn't give me the best content, like at all. Like, not good quality, background, stuff like that. It just wasn't what I was looking for. And then, for example, Crex as well, like I got good content, but it wasn't the best content. Like Fly Accumulation, I feel like they've, whatever it is that they're doing, they've got it on lock, because their girls produce amazing content. And yeah, I feel like just they're one of the best influencer agencies that I've worked with. Obviously this was years ago, so both agencies, AKS and Cricks, are literally blown up. AKS, definitely, I've seen them on the gram and they've completely, like, their influencer agency is popping off right now. Their girls, everything, the pictures, everything is going really well. So obviously when I started, I think they were just kind of new as well. So obviously it's all about progression and leveling up, and they've definitely done that. I haven't seen anything about Correct Talents, but I'm sure that they've like upped their game as well, because this was time ago. But for my own experiences, I just feel like when I worked at Flag Accumulation, everything was just, yeah, it was great. I had no complaints, literally. So anyway, right, the pros of working with an influencer agency are, number one, they have to sign a contract with their agency. Do you know what I mean? So they've got a manager that's on their back, basically telling them, yeah, you've got this, you need these pictures, and you go through the manager, you don't directly go through them. That's payment security, that's posting security, and that is product security, because yeah, it's a contract kind of with the business rather than the person, which I feel like is just so much better, especially when you're starting out and you're new. Number two, I feel like it's more professional, in the sense of, if I'm like, when you reach out to girls personally, I feel like it then becomes a you and them issue, whereas when a third party is involved, I feel like they're more obligated to do what you're asking them. Do you know what I mean? And if you don't like the picture or this, that, the other, you can then go through the manager and say, right, like, this is not really what I wanted, and then they can tell the influencer, just to break that barrier. Do you know what I mean? So I do definitely, if you want to use influencers, recommend looking into you know, agencies and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to think. I want to make sure that I've said everything I needed to say on this subject. So anyway, cool. So then DB Track came out, and I said to myself, right, this is one of my biggest like collections, biggest drops ever, and yeah, I'm gonna do some paid promotions. So I'm gonna pay some influencers this time to promote my stuff, because I feel like I need the best sort of return. And as time went on, a lot of influencers started not to really take gifted collaborations, and it was more like, if they've got over 10k, then they were asking for payments. Yeah, I decided that I'm not going to use any more kind of micro influencers with like 10, 13k. Like, if I'm gonna pay, I'm gonna use influencers that have like 20k, 30k, So yeah, for DB Track, I went back with Fly Accumulation, and I used 4 of their models. Honestly, they took some really good pictures. I was so happy with everything. And then I actually reached out to a couple like YouTubers and stuff myself. So I used Ricarda Amelia. She did some really good pictures for me, and she's an influencer. She's who I would call an influencer. I feel like people comment on her stuff, they answer where she gets stuff from. Like, if she puts something out there, I'm sure that people are going to buy it because Ricarda's put it out there. Do you know what I mean? That's what I call an influencer. I feel like a lot of other girls with followers, they're pretty and they dress nice, but they don't have the influence. Like, someone's not going to buy something just because you've bought it. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, when it comes to business, that's how you've got to think when it comes to influencers. Not, oh, she's got loads of comments and stuff like that. You need to actually go on to the comments and look at the comments. What are the comments saying? Are girls just putting love-struck faces? Is it other influencers that they know each other? And do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot to look into when it comes to influencers. So yeah, I will talk about that. Let me actually write that down, because I will forget, but that's something I will talk about, what to look for if you are looking for an influencer. So hold on, let me write that down. Here's where the story gets a bit techie.
Let's go on the beat.